Hi, everybody. Frank Lieber here once again. Welcome back to Hurst, Texas, just outside of Fort Worth. This will be our final quarterfinal match in the Super Putter television series. We're at the sponsoring PPA golf course in Hurst. We've had an outstanding tournament so far. A lot of thrills, a lot of excitement. Working with us, as have been throughout the course of the tournament, Dave Lloyd, who is the president of the Professional Putters Association on my left, and our friend Billy Packer. And Dave, bring us up to date for those who may not have been with us all the way through.
Well, you know, we've had some exciting matches, some fantastic matches. Last week's match was a duel, an aces duel, between John Connor and Ed Haggerty. Ed Haggerty coming out on top. 12 aces out of 15 holes. Not bad at all. We have played through, and today we have our last quarterfinals match. We will move into the semifinals, where the loser receives $1,500. We move then into the finals, with the golden pot at the end of the rainbow being $10,000 to the winner. This week we have an exciting quarterfinal match. The Super Putter Series has always tried to bring to you the best putting talent in the Professional Putters Association. And for the first time in our TV series, we have a lady putting against a man without a handicap, without a stroke handicap of any nature. Evelyn is one of the putters of the decade, and she is just a fantastic lady putter. She's been putting for 16 years as a professional, and has just taken so many honors as one of the top lady professionals. Putting against a pro of 17 years, Jim Borshelt. Billy, tell us about Evelyn.
Well, everybody's talked about Evelyn Florin and her husband Dick. She is an outstanding putter and asks for no quarter whatsoever in this particular match. She's a 16-year pro. She was the putter of the decade, as you mentioned, with her husband, the greatest woman putter of all time. And with Dick, they make up quite a twosome, but in this match, she's all on her own, and Dick will be rooting. So she'll be going up against a guy who really had to work hard to get here. Frank?
Absolutely. He participated in the final qualifying tournament against 47 other golfers and won the last spot. Jim Borshelt, a 34-year-old landscape engineer from Cincinnati, Ohio. As Dave mentioned, he's been a pro for 17 years. He has 9 tournament victories in that time and has over $24,000 in lifetime winnings. Shapes up to be an outstanding match. First time ever for a woman professional putter on our TV series. And we'll be ready to tee it up on hole number 1 right after these words. Evelyn Florin and Jim Borshelt. Hole number 1 in our quarterfinal match here, along with Tommy Hogue, our tournament director, who will be accompanying them around the course in case we need any rulings. And Evelyn has the honors. Well, this is going to be right interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And, you know, when we interviewed Jim just a week ago, he talked about having to play against the course and not the woman, but I'm not so sure that's all true in this particular case. Particularly when she starts like that.
Nice way to start it out. Evelyn has come to play, quite obviously. Jim Borshelt, 1977 national champion, trying to match that ace in hole number 1. And the hole is halved.
You know, last year in the Super Putters tournament, we had some fellows that are also outstanding golfers, but this may be the best combination of the Super Putter, also scratch golfer type in Jim Borshelt.
Evelyn on hole number 2. Play this one off the left rail. Front door, speed putt. Nice. Back-to-back aces.
She looks very confident, but Jim Borshelt is a very, very mental player. He is really into his sport, and that's all he thinks about on the course. He told me in practice. Ooh,
he's one down right now. He's got an old Arnold Palmer type crouch there, Frank, from some years back.
Does indeed. Part of Evelyn's rooting section will be composed of her husband, Dick, who has already qualified for the semifinals of our tournament. Not inconceivable we could have a husband-wife finale here. Third hole.
Not quite there, and she's going to have a long way to go.
Evelyn Florin 1 up here on hole number 3. Tough par putt here. All 18 holes here, par 2s.
Surprisingly, this particular hole is one that the putters feel is one of the easier one on the course, but we've had an awful lot of 2s right here, and even a couple of 3s.
That was an excellent 2 right there. Fine par.
First opening for Jim.
Borshelt with a chance to even the match here with an ace, which he does.
Now we'll see if he can go right after it.
4th hole. Pretty much a straight putt here and a speed putt. Through the obstacles.
We've watched this one drop on off to the putter's right. Here it comes.
Ooh,
he didn't
too
get
much. That really took a big break just before it hit the cup.
So the speed is so important here. You want it to die at the hole, but it really has a tendency to bend onto the right. It doesn't have enough speed with it.
So Evelyn, who has given up the honors, at least for this hole, has a chance to get them right back.
Notice she plays the ball much farther over to her right. It's not going to get
Look
there.
at that body English.
No, it's not going to get there. She tried to push it on with the putter a little bit too late.
So par for Evelyn. Match stays even through 4. Evelyn missing a golden opportunity there to
She wanted that one.
move back out in front.
Off. Here's a combination where Jim plays off the left rail. Evelyn plays off the right rail, and Jim doesn't get it and almost got himself in real trouble behind the stake.
To stroke this firmly now, he'll have to come up that little ridge or embankment down to the cup for the par.
Solid. Now you see Evelyn. It's one hole that we found throughout the match that some play to the right, some play to the left. Evelyn plays it off the right rail. No body English on this one.
Come on.
It's just not there.
She thought apparently it would come back. She's in the same position with maybe a little tougher putt.
A little more of an angle to go up that incline.
Yep. I don't believe that pipe will create any problems for her. Needs the putt here to stay even in the match, which she gets. Even through 5. Another straight putt here at number 6.
The obstacles never provide any problem.
You can go front door or back door on this one. Hit it firm enough, you can go off the back door.
Well, she just rimmed the cup and is back in the corner.
For a par.
Jim gets his. Let's see. Evelyn's got another breakthrough opportunity.
Evelyn is a physical education instructor in the Atlanta area. 33 years old, amateur for 6 years, and a pro for the last 16.
Number 6 has been causing a lot of problems.
It's a delicate putt. You know, that opening is about 9.5 inches.
She gets it.
And she takes advantage of the open door, gains honors back, and moves to 1 up.
We're at number 7. Quarterfinal match.
Straight up the hill, as long as they have the proper speed here. Most of them had good success with number 7.
Small rise here in front of this hole, but really it should be considered one of the easier holes on the course.
It's not there. Could come back. Evelyn really doesn't have the tempo she wants right now. She seems to have lost a little concentration.
She's 3 under par through 7 holes. 3 aces so far on the front 9. Borshelt with 2 aces. And a chance to even the match.
Doesn't have it. He's really disappointed with himself. We talked about how many people he had to beat under pressure here just recently to go ahead and get involved in this tournament.
And the pressure certainly is here. Borshelt 1 down as we go to the 8th.
Here's our first 2 rail. Look at Jim right there. Totally disappointed with his play so far.
A couple of rails and a couple of humps beside that.
Missed the hole.
This is a difficult putt. You got 2 undulations about 6 inches high that they've got to roll over. 2 rail shot in addition to that, and it can hang over in the right-hand corner. In her case, she went by on the left. Did not get the bounce she wanted off the left rail.
Evelyn Florin for her par.
Well, nobody, with the exception of Evelyn getting off to that big start early, has been able to go ahead and get consecutive aces.
See what Borshelt can do here. Ace here would knot the match up once again at the end of 8 holes.
Not there.
That's what I meant, Billy, by staying over on the right. He simply went too far. He's had the opportunities. He simply
He sure
has not
has.
been able to capitalize on them so far.
Wind has picked up a little bit here in the last hour or so. Wind does make a difference, doesn't it, Dave?
Tremendous difference. These greens are lightning fast. They're just a very short bent grass type green simulation. It's a carpet, but it's a very good putting surface, but the wind can affect the ball drastically. You're putting down a 27-foot fairway there.
I think both putters will be happy to get in after this first 9 because neither one has had the consistency that they normally would have. And Evelyn's got an opportunity here to get her par, but Jim has that opportunity to sneak on through.
Evelyn Florin 1 up.
Jim would love to finish 9 being even right here.
He can do it with an ace.
A big psychological advantage going
Sure.
into the back 9
Sure
for sure.
would. Either golfer had an opportunity to really take hold of this match.
Float
Got
it
it.
out. Float it out to the right and let it break back in left.
That is a big, big ace, and the first one he's had since the 3rd hole. And with the ace, Jim Borshelt and Evelyn Florin are dead even through 9 holes of this quarterfinal match. We'll be back with more from Hearst, Texas in just a moment.
Well, in most sports, it's often said that you play the first half just to get to the second one anyway. And in the case of both Evelyn and Jim, you've had an opportunity to end up all even after 9. Evelyn never really got going completely for you.
No, I had several deuces in a row, which Jim was kind enough not to, ace them behind me. But I need to get something going to feel like, I'm ahead in the match.
Jim, last week when we talked to you about playing against Evelyn, the first time you had to play both against the first woman ever to participate in the Super Putter tournament and then also playing against the course itself. Do you feel you've settled down now to know just exactly what you're trying to do?
Well, I knew what I was trying to do all the time. It's just a question of doing it.
Mm-hmm. You said that you hit the cup a great deal, but really didn't get it where you wanted to on that first 9.
Well, if you hit one an inch too hard or an inch too easy, you come out with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was happening to me there on a few of those holes.
Often when I watch these matches, I look for consistency, that somebody seems to get it rolling and you can see them run on to the next hole. Did you ever have that feeling that it was about ready to come for you?
Well, I'll tell you, the ball wouldn't go in the hole, so I didn't have a chance to run much.
Evelyn, how about your situation? Of course, a lot of pressure on you from the outside sources, being the first woman ever to participate. In your own mind, do you feel very comfortable out there playing in this tournament?
I'm a little nervous, but it's, not because I'm, competing against a man, because I've been doing this, for many years. But it is my first time to be on television, and I would like to, ace a few more. I think that would help me to settle down instead of deucing so many in a row.
Did Dick give you any advice whatsoever? He's been in 6 of these tournaments. Has he given you any advice about playing on TV?
Just to try and stay calm and take deep breaths when I get nervous.
Well, she tried to use a little body English on us there in the front side. I want to see both of you people go on out. It's going to be a great match. You're all even now, so let's get into that back side.
Doesn't get any easier on the backside either, starting with number 10, which has difficulties of its own. Speed hole here with most players using the left rail up a 12-inch hill, and then a very severe right-to-left break to the cup. And Jim Borshelt, who wound up 9 with a birdie, big ace, enabling him to draw even, has the honors here at the 10th hole. Takes the big break in perfectly into the heart of the cup. So Borshelt starts off with an ace on the back 9. Puts the pressure on the lady from Atlanta, Georgia. Evelyn voted the greatest woman putter in history in 1978. Missed the break.
I had a feeling out there, Frank, that Evelyn was quite a bit more nervous than Jim. Jim seems like he's very eager and kind of disappointed with his play, but firm in his position. Evelyn seems like she's still kind of groping and looking for the consistency that's failed her so far.
Well, it's the first time now that Evelyn Florin has been down in this match. Jim Borshelt 1 up and missing his ace possibility on number 11. Par putt here.
He has a testy little 2-inch rise to climb there to get back, but he drills it. Really firm.
So Evelyn with a chance to even the match here with an ace.
Well, it's one sport that I think that women can participate on a very equal basis with men.
I think she's showing that today with her performance.
A little strong. And she's got a very, very difficult putt right here. It doesn't look long in distance, and it isn't, but she's got not only to come up over the riser, but she has a great break that's going to take place on this putt. Very difficult.
Tommy Hogue, the tournament director, giving her clearance there. It's the equivalent of a free lift.
And she drilled it.
So Evelyn remains 1 down as we go to number 12, a real toughie.
David, here's a situation being 1 up. Do you think he'll lay up and just go for the 2 or try to get it rolling here?
Billy, that's a psychological thing we saw last week with Ed. I would say perhaps he looks like he's laying up. I think he's going to play it safe. It is, if you don't go for the ace, well, he's still got a chance of coming back down the hill. I think he was laying up, though.
Yeah, well, it looks like he's disappointed with himself.
Oh, yeah.
Slam that putter down.
Could have been a lot worse, though. You get down below that rise, to the right of the screen there, you've got real problems getting back up the hill, especially with that cup on the incline as it is. This is for par now.
Most pros with any degree of lead at this point, even 1 up, will try to lag. And the basic